and techie Brezza, the Citybird SUV.
All set for Saturday night in the IPL, and Lucknow Super Giants will play their first home game. It's been a while since we've used the term Lucknow Super Giants. They've had a 6-day break, the longest in the opening set of games for any side. Up against them, the Punjab Kings. These two have quite a familiar history when it comes to the IPL, even though Lucknow have only been there for 2 years. A lot of players that have represented both franchises, none more so than KL Rahul. So there's plenty to look forward to on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Very Saturday night vibe on the couch, I must say. Varun, Aaron, all in black. Mitch McClenaghan's got the blazer on, so too is Tom Moody. You guys going somewhere after this?
Dancing.
Ooh, can you dance with your lead boots?
Well, I thought Tom might be able to teach me a one-step,
Oh, God.
two-step.
I'm going to teach you how to waltz.
Yeah, waltz. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be good.
Are you any good with your feet beyond the game of cricket, Tom Moody?
I'm a hopeless dancer. Yeah, so I tend to sort of very much stand in the background when it comes to that setting.
Yeah, we'll keep the frivolity going. So, yeah, Varun, Aaron, what about you? You look really dapper today, man.
Thank you. Yeah, but I'm not much of a dancer.
So sweet. He said that so softly also.
Didn't he?
He's not expecting that. Okay. We will see the players of this year's edition dance to the tunes of the Lucknow surface, which is always a subject of intrigue, given no surface has played so contrastingly in its inaugural season of the IPL as it did last year. There was Mark Wood blowing away oppositions on, correct me if I'm wrong, a red soil pitch. Yes. Or no, a black soil pitch. Black is the quick one. And then Krunal Pandya and the spinners making sure that life was hard for other teams on a red soil pitch. Do the black-red soil, for novices like me and the lay persons in the world. Just break it down as to why it was so contrasting and what it means.
I mean, look, it's just like just to put it in perspective, red soil is what you get at the Wankhede. Black soil is what you get at Eden Gardens. So it's at the Wankhede you see bounce. When India plays test matches, you see a lot of turn, but you've never really seen a turner at the Eden Gardens ever, like in a test match. So black soil generally has more clay content, so the binding is a lot better. Red soil is a bit more abrasive, and it turns and it has good bounce when there's some moisture in it.
And then we definitely saw that there was some element of the Super Giants using their home advantage, which you would love, wouldn't you, as a coach of a new franchise? Because you saw the oppositions that were welcomed on different surfaces. I wonder with Punjab Kings, what their biggest threat really is. Rabada started well, they've got a couple of good spinners, but what would you like to plan for today's opposition if you had a polite word with the curator at Lucknow?
I would be keen to get just a good surface, because you look at the Lucknow lineup, they've got a lot of batting that would enjoy a pretty consistent surface to bat on. The likes of Nicholas Pooran, you've got Marcus Stoinis, so you've got two very good power hitters there. At the top of the order, you've obviously got Quinton de Kock, who's dangerous, particularly in the power play. He's needing runs as well, so he'd welcome a good surface. And KL Rahul is another one that would welcome a good surface. That's if we see KL Rahul.
Oh, well done. You've teased it, because we've just seen the toss go down and Shikhar Dhawan was dealt a surprise. It wasn't KL Rahul, someone he's played a lot of cricket with, who accompanied him. It was Nicholas Pooran. But that doesn't necessarily mean that KL Rahul will not feature today. He might have an impact later on. We come back to all that after we first revisit how Tom Moody actually classified the Lucknow surface a little while back.
So you're having to scrap for every single crumb. Every single run is so important. It's all well and good playing at these venues. You go pop 6, pop 6, pop 4. This is a scrapper. 1, 1, 1. You're worth their weight in gold.
That is how the term scrapper was coined. These days, things that we coin become words in the dictionary. There's a Cricket Info journalist that coined baseball. I don't know if you all know that. And it became one of the most used words invented in recent times. Scrapper. We've heard the term before, but it's a good term.
You
proud
like
of yourself?
Yeah,
I like it. I like everything that comes out of your mouth on this show.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Right.
Well, basically what I'm saying, it's a surface you have to grind away. You can't just stand and deliver, as a batting unit, like we saw in Hyderabad, for instance, where we saw 38 sixes. a scrapper is, well, your ones and your twos are just as valuable as the odd boundary that you might secure.
There you go. You just have a look at Lucknow as one of the most lowest scoring venues in the last few years. Minimum 5 matches there. Chennai, we know the surface can play differently. Saw a great batting surface the other night against the Gujarat Titans. Delhi has had its own share of sometimes playing a bit slow. And Jaipur, I think a number of the day games there might also result in slightly lower scores. There you have it. Hyderabad should go away from that after what we saw the other night with Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, that's quite a significant difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost 20 runs a game. That's a lot. We just saw a small glimpse of the wicket at the toss, and there was a slight shade of green, so looks like they've tried to get a wicket that's more like the one we saw in the World Cup, where it wasn't like it was during the IPL, where it held up a lot last year. So all going well, like you say, for the Super Giants, they'll be wanting one to set up for their batters, because going into this contest, I think with Bishnoi, they've probably got one of the best spinners on show who'll be able to perform in any conditions.
All right, it's time to just throw everything away that we've planned here, because this is big news coming through from the Khanna Stadium. Nicholas Pooran, as we said, has attended the toss as Lucknow's captain. He's won it. They're going to have a bat first in their first home game, and he tells Murali Karthik at the toss, KL Rahul is on the impact bench, on the bench for the impact subs, but they are batting first.
KL has been having an issue with the squad.
Yes.
So that could be it.
Yeah, just on that, sorry Varun, but yeah, Pooran says we are easing him in as he's returning from injury.
Exactly.
Please carry on.
Yeah, I thought as much. That would be the case, because he's been having a long-standing issue with his squad. It's not healing the way it should. He had a recurrence of it recently. So I'm sure he's just taking a step back from keeping and from fielding, and he'll just come in and as an impact sub and open the innings.
No, that changes now, because I think again Nicholas Pooran has said something which is out of the plan. As captains tend to get confused with the impact subs. He said KL is on the impact bench, which explains why Pooran is attending the toss. But in the 11 that we will see soon for Lucknow, you will have KL Rahul naturally in the batting first 11.
Oh, yeah.
So he would have probably got that a bit jumbled up. There's no sense in KL Rahul being on the impact bench if Lucknow are choosing to bat first.
Thought that was a bit confusing.
Yeah, that is confusing. So he is playing.
Yes.
And he is only going to play as a batter.
Correct. So we're going to expect him to sub out.
That's a simple way to put it.
Yeah. And
And
Pooran
if
will
he subbed
be.
out.
And also, that's sorry.
You go.
Also, that's pretty much a sign of how the wicket could be. If the home team has won the toss, elected to bat, I'm sure the wicket's going to be better than what it was last year, because I'm sure they've played a lot of practice games there. They've had a lot of practice sessions out in the middle, and they know that the wicket is not like it was last year.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that sheet, because they've included Manimaran Siddharth, and there is Mayank Yadav also who will feature. So there is every chance that we're going to see a bit of a turner here. As it turns out, Rahul will be here, but he's not the designated keeper. It's Quinton de Kock. Every indication that he will be subbed off at half time. And Naveen ul Haq is the most likely option, you think, given they've named just the 3 overseas. There is Amit Mishra, should they want more spin. Deepak Hooda will not feature. As a result, one would think, given this is their batting first 11. Gee, there's a lot to break down here. Who wants to go first?
I was going to say they've only played one game, haven't they?
Yes.
all these moves. It's nearly like a side that's played 3 or 4 games, and they're trying to find, their combination. The one, I suppose, which we've touched on is the KL Rahul, which we've got clarity over now. But it is interesting that that they've gone in with as many changes after just 1 week of the IPL.
Yeah, I guess in terms of the lineup against Punjab tonight, I think having 7 in your top 7, they've got 4 left-handers, which I think is quite significant. I think Bra's been outstanding so far. He's going to 3.8 and over in the first 2 games. He's been a wicket taker, and I think they'll use that left-hand combination quite regularly. We might see 2 left-handers come out at the same time, which is not something we see often in the IPL.
Yeah, I'm just going to come to that. But if I look at that team one more time, because there's so many points that to cover. Lucknow, right, so Padikkal did continue to bat at 3. We expect KL Rahul to open. Let's give it some time to see if they even change up over there. Because there's no Deepak Hooda, remember, who came in as the impact sub. Manimaran Siddharth will bowl some left-arm spin to assist Krunal Pandya. There's already Ravi Bishnoi in that team. And with Mohsin Khan and Mayank Yadav is the preferred seamer there. There's no Yash Thakur. So there's, again, something more that they're giving Mayank Yadav a go over here. as one of the two seamers. This might very well be his debut. I can't remember him playing last year. Right arm seamer from Delhi. But just anything on the choice of domestic players we see on that list?
It's interesting. I mean, Yash Thakur's just played one game. You can't drop somebody just of one average performance. Also, they didn't really look to bowl Marcus Stoinis last game. He bowls 2-3 overs for Australia when he plays for Australia, and I'm sure he's good enough to bowl in this team. They actually bowled Badoni last game instead of bowling Stoinis. So, I mean, I'm not really agreeing with their decisions, but let's see how it goes for them.
You made a point on the opposition, and let's just look at the Punjab team once as well and confirm things for you there, and then try and understand what the thinking here is. Remember, they've gone with two left-arm spinners in their batting 11, and as Mitch McClenaghan points out, Punjab with Shikhar Dhawan and Sam Curran are pretty much a right-hand heavy top 6 or top 7, unless they change that up today. But the choice of the spinners, just to carry on the point you were making earlier, Mitch, no real changes. We'll probably expect perhaps Simran to come in later. Yeah,
look, I think that's a nice lineup. If Johnny Spairstow, he's probably the key to that lineup, getting off to a good start. Shikhar needs a partner at the top, so it takes some pressure off, because Shikhar's going to be important when those left-arm spinners do come on, because otherwise you've just got Sam Curran. And I've liked what I've seen out of Sam Curran so far this IPL. His batting looks even better. He's improving all the time, and he's quite a significant player for them in that side. And I guess they're going to have to get off to a decent start, because you don't want Jitesh Sharma in too early. But we saw great signs from Jitesh the other night of how explosive he can be at the back end. So, good side.
All right, now you look at that team and you see two obvious spin threats. Rahul Chahar, though, had just gone a bit quiet in IPL cricket and only bowled the 1 over last time. At the time you thought Rahul Chahar is your gun 4 over spinner. The impact sub plays its part in this. Harpreet Brar bowled very, very well at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. His middle overs economy rate is just a shade under 6. As we look to analyse the quality of Punjab's spin attack, Tom?
Well, Brar has been very impressive, and he's one of these bowlers that sort of fly under the radar a bit. There's a lot of attention on a lot of other left-arm Indian spinners, and quite rightly so, because they're very fine players. But he's got to be in that conversation, because he's been pretty consistent, which the numbers reflect. The real puzzle to me is that the disappearance of the magic of Rahul Chahar, in that when he was at Mumbai, he really featured an important role for that side, and a wicket-taking role. I just wonder whether it's whether he doesn't understand what his role is at Punjab, or he hasn't been given the love that he needs, because some, I've never worked with him, but some players just need that little bit of attention, an arm around them, just to give them the confidence to let them know it's okay. You're playing a critical role. These are the overs we're looking to bowl you in, just so they have clarity and go into a contest with some sort of confidence.
I think his numbers really reflect how he's bowling at the moment. When I say when I say bowling, I don't mean good or bad. I mean he's bowling very, very flat. When he was at Mumbai, he was actually tossing a few up, bowling a little wide outside the off stump. But at the moment, he's just going really flat and at the stumps. So his economy is not really bad. It's about 7.7. But when you bowl just flat, similar to Akshar Patel has a really good economy. But when it comes to the wickets, he's slightly behind the other guys.
That's a really good point. You're right. When he did debut for Mumbai, he would give the ball more air. And I think there's a difference between giving the ball air and bowling half volleys. He got hit a few times on that full one, and the first thing as a coach is to go, well, stop floating it up there. And in his mind, he's probably thinking, well, I've got to keep on hitting back of a length, bowling into the surface, as opposed to trying to find a way where he can still get that air in that loop, but dropping it on that good length. And that's a skill as a spinner, particularly as a leg spinner. And I think when you're lacking confidence and you get hit a couple of times, you do resort back to bowling quicker into the wicket and trying to get hit square for your singles.
Well, that's where that role clarity is really important. He needs to be given that message, look, we want you to be brave. We want you to take wickets. We want you to spin the ball hard. It's all well and good tossing the ball up, but if you don't have any revs on it, forget it. It's not going to land. It's going to land in the stand. Right. If you're tossing it up, you need to get through your action and spin the ball hard. Then you get that beautiful dip. The very good wrist spinners get that great dip, and then you do people in the air coming down the track and spinning past the outside edge.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then as spinners who are trying to bowl faster and back of a length, you end up running through the crease instead of getting that good rotation, which gets those revs and that good finish to your action. So you're right, that might be one of the things, probably a few triggers that have set that off. And it'd be nice to see him get back to a little bit slower in his... he's always had a quick approach, but just a bit more balance of the crease, a bit more rotation, and that'll bring a few different deliveries back into his game.
Yuzi Chahal, he's just the prime example of how a leg spinner should operate.
Yeah.
He's so adaptable. He knows when to toss it up, when to bowl sliders, like the other night as well. Just some great sliders to the lefty. He didn't really bowl that many googlies. Lefties wanted to bowl googlies. I expecting you to bowl googlies. He just kept sliding it down.
Just the last point on this, the late, great Shane Warne used to talk about it's how the ball arrives, not what happens off the surface. And that's exactly what we're talking about. How is the ball arriving? Is it arriving with some shape on it, or is it just arriving for takeoff?
I can't help but think that it remains one of the hardest arts of the game, right? And great spinners, including Shane Warne, Graham Swan, speak of how it will get better as you get older. Now, Rahul Chahar is someone who debuted at 19 for India and played in the T20 World Cup, the forgettable one for Indian fans in the UAE, which went pear-shaped. All the bowlers got left out after that. Varun Chakravarti went, Rahul Chahar went. You sense somewhere picking a player for India, especially with this skill, and then not even in the conversation. Somewhere it's affected the rest of the pathway, the lack of success in the IPL, lack of confidence perhaps. Will we see him get better maybe several years down the line?
First of all, we're just 2 games into the season for him, so let's not be too harsh. Let's see how it goes after a couple of games, and then we can actually sit down and say that he might take longer to improve, or he's where he should be at the moment. So it's early doors in the tournament, and it wouldn't be right to make a judgment on somebody at the moment.
I think change of captain today, having worked with Nicholas Pooran, might give him a bit of confidence, just because he's a brave skipper and he doesn't mind you making mistakes.
Right.
So
let me just quickly move to the skipper that he replaces, to KL Rahul, right? And KL Rahul, once again, in the same conversation tone when it comes to the IPL. His new coach has had a lot to say. He doesn't want to have anything to do with KL Rahul's strike rate, but it continues to be a conversation that we'll have.
The last 5 completed seasons of the IPL that KL Rahul has featured in, he's topped 500 runs every single time while averaging over 50. No other batter in the league's history has done so more than thrice. And yet, you could argue that no other batter in the league's history perhaps divides opinion as much as Rahul does. Since 2019, Rahul has 28 scores of 50 plus and has lasted over 30 balls 33 times. That's more than half the innings he's played. But in 17 of these innings, he's batted slower than his partners while he was at the crease. And perhaps more tellingly, Rahul's team has gone on to lose 10 of these 17 games. While that establishes a clear pattern, how does Rahul compare to other prolific anchor-type batters? In terms of the percentage share of slower innings, that's innings where the batter has gone slower than all his partners, Rahul is quite evenly matched with Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli. But look at that last column. While Kohli and Dhawan's slower innings see their sides lose once in 3 games on average, for Rahul, that figure shoots up to nearly 60%. The whole strike rate conversation becomes a lot more pronounced because of the version of KL Rahul the world had witnessed just before this 5-year phase. This whole strike rate conversation becomes a lot more pronounced because of the version of KL Rahul the world had witnessed just before this 5-year phase. In 2018, Rahul had one of the more astonishing batting seasons in the IPL. 659 runs at a strike rate nearly touching 160. But in the years since, his combined strike rate has been just north of 130. Incidentally, Rahul has also been captain in 4 of these 5 seasons. Could an unshackled KL Rahul serve the best interest for him and for his team?
Okay, yes, Judge, just breaking down the numbers and revisiting a little bit of KL Rahul's history. It's KL Rahul's fault. He shouldn't have had that season in 2018. Then we'd see steady progress. 130, very good. 133, similar to what you say. His striking numbers are better than Kohli and Rohit's overall today. But where do you stand on the subject?
I think it's an over-talked about subject, to be honest with you. I think firstly, we need to understand, like last year, the difficulty on batting on that home surface. That's got to be taken into consideration. He's not playing in Bengaluru, for half his games where, you can hit boundaries for fun. There's other venues also that he could also have an elevated strike rate. I think it's just over-talked, to be honest with you. I think he's got the ability, which he's shown to be able to, find extra gears. But I'd take KL Rahul in my team any day of the week.
No, pretty much bang on the head. Yep, the ground he played at last year was shocking for batting. To strike a 118 in that year on that surface is probably not a bad reflection of the surface he played majority of his games on. Like Tom said, he's a quality player and he's the backbone of that batting lineup.
But this goes beyond IPL. The KL Rahul chat. It extends to when he's played for India in the T20 format and whether we think he overcomplicates the approach or the intent that he can play with the ability he has.
I don't think so. I mean, look, nobody scored more runs in the IPL than KL Rahul in the last 3-4 years. He's got the best average in the IPL ever. And if you look at Virat Kohli, if you look at Shikhar Dhawan, if you look at David Warner, these three are the top run getters at the moment and they're still playing the league with KL Rahul. The reason why they get so many runs is because they take less risks and they deliver for their team. So I think we should cut him some slack and enjoy the amount of runs he gets for his teams.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I'll say to that is that in a chase, at times when Kohli sees the team homes as often as he has, it would be interesting to see the win-loss record. And I don't know if that's down to the franchise that you play for. Sometimes that could be a significant factor.
Yeah. For sure, because KL, I mean, in the franchises he's played, they're highly dependent on him. So it's always been his role to get set, not get out, and try to go till the end. And every time he's got set, I think he's really exploded after 30-40 balls.
Yeah, well, he's played at Sunrise as a very young player, then RCB, Punjab, and now Lucknow. The last Punjab, RCB, Punjab, and Lucknow are yet to win titles. Yes,
exactly.
Yes, LSG have played finals and they've done exceptionally well the first 2 years, but that's also a fact that there's a reason the teams haven't made finals is because there's other parts to a team that aren't functioning.
Yeah. All right. And you remember those LSG games also. There was KL Rahul anchoring his way to the end. If he gets them over the line, maybe different conversation. Wins the title, changes things. As of now, it will remain a subject of interest. And we will see how things go today against his former franchise. Maybe on a day where he doesn't have to worry about leading the team or tactics. He'll just bat, have fun, and sit out the second innings. That's the indication with Buran coming to the toss. Let's see how things go and we'll pick up the chat later. Let's have some fun, shall we? I mean, we'll always have some fun. But we've not played any games with Varun since he's been here. It was quite a...
We played a game yesterday. I came
Which
on
one?
tops.
Impact Zone. That's not a game. Have you seen Tom Moody?
Game.
That is, he takes that very seriously.
No, I don't take it seriously. You take it seriously. you just wish you were playing.
We spoke about this. You're supposed to say it's very serious. It's very important.
I'm very serious. I was up all night studying.
Wasim is still studying. He's on his off day. He's still making notes. Okay, this is the Who Am I game. Just to refresh your memory. It's always nice, right? Drill is simple. You've played this perhaps. It's a nice parlour game. I'll give you 3 clues and each indicative to a player that will be revealed at the end. And there is some Punjab Kings connection here, given the franchise that is at play. So that's just an overall view. And I'll start with my clues. Whoever jumps in with the answer, go for it. You can keep giving me answers. First one, for Who Am I? Clue number 1. I'm an overseas pacer with 2 league caps. So he's only played 2 games. Right? Clue 2, if no one's having a guess. Both my league appearances came for Punjab in 2017.
Matt Henry.
Oh, the Kiwi strike.
Yes, Kiwi.
The Kiwi connection.
Correct.
And the third one, which would have been more pertinent, he was the player of the match in the 2019 ODI World Cup semi-final, also one which no one remembers. Yep. That was indeed Matt
pumped,
Henry.
didn't he? He got pumped at Wonketty, and that was the end. He got dropped straight after that.
Yes,
Yeah,
so that is Matt
over
Henry, and of
50.
course there is a theme connected to Matt Henry for the day. He's been now signed up with the Lucknow Super Giants to replace David Willey, and we'll wait to see when he arrives and joins. So interesting. Maybe we'll get more FaceTime with Matt Henry as the tournament goes on. Right. Mitch McClenaghan's on the board. Here's the next one. Who are we talking about? Folks, you could play as well if you're watching on our YouTube Live. First clue, I played under Tom Moody in 2014 and 2015.
KL Rahul.
Oh, well done. Wow, I didn't need to go to the second one. He just named it. He just nailed it. Yeah, KL Rahul is the answer. Varun Aaron on
Tom.
fire.
Oh, no, I was waiting for the second clue.
But that's a cracker because so many people played under Tom Moody in 14-15. He hit the then fastest 50 in league history in 2018 for Punjab and scored 500 plus runs in each season from 2018 to 2022. That is indeed KL Rahul. And Tom's already told us that he was part of SRH in the early years. Anyway, one apiece. Get on the board, Tom. Come on. Number 3. First clue. I got my maiden league contract at Mumbai in 2017. Ooh, McClenaghan's interested. Not Chahar. You can keep guessing though. Nobody. Clue number 2.
This is Nicholas Pura.
Oh my God. McClenaghan was just running through his Mumbai Indians museum.
Very favoured towards the, you know, the
MI man.
Yeah. Anyway, that's fine.
No, the second question had Tom's name in it. Tom, it can't get
Yeah,
easier
well, I
than that.
just sort of let it open up a bit. Make it interesting.
Mitch knows as much about Tom as Tom does now, spending so much time that they've spent.
true.
Very close.
Very close.
Yeah, indeed. Nicholas Puran, 2017 with Mumbai, made his IPL debut in 2019 with Punjab. He features also against his former side today, and he played for Hyderabad in the 2022 edition. There you go. Nicholas Puran is the name that we were looking for. Right, so McClenaghan in the lead. Moody still not on the board, but that could change as we go to our next one. First clue. I played for Punjab in the 2017 edition.
Stoinis.
No, I can keep guessing. Anyone? Clue 2. I took my last league wicket versus Lucknow in 2022.
Mitchell Johnson.
Not Mitchell Johnson. And the final clue. I was a runner-up in 2016 and a winner in 2022.
Has to be somebody from RCB. Jesus.
Who could this be?
Um,
Let's have a guess. Come on, boys.
Varun.
Oh my God, Tom, brilliant.
Yourself.
Brilliant. It's Varun Aaron.
Shit! No, I was thinking from the game. Oh God!
It's you in person.
Oh man. Varun Aaron.
We're all forgetful.
Wow.
That stinks.
Test cap number 273.
Well done, mate.
Oh,
well
Thank
done.
you
Well
very
done.
much.
Look at that blue steel look.
Brilliant, Tom.
That's
Brilliant.
good.
All on your own. Excellent. So Tom Moody is on the
Somebody
board.
hint there.
You don't remember that? You do not remember your last league wicket and all of that, versus Lucknow in
Yes,
22.
yes.
Who was that wicket? Do you remember?
It was Badoni. Yeah.
How do you get him?
Caught mid off.
I don't know. I'm just going further and further now. Anyway, right. Varun Aaron, 7 wickets in 6 games for Punjab. Took a 2 in GT's win against LSG. Your 2 wickets that day, Evan Lewis and Ayush Padoni. And played 8 games for RCB in 2016, 2 for GT in 2022. And here he is now, not remembering any of that. All right. Last one. This is fun, right? Moody's on the board, so this is as good as a super over question. I hit my last 6 in the league versus Punjab in 2018.
Rahul Chahar.
Not Rahul Chahar. Clue number 2. I am a 4-time league winner. And clue number
Four-time key winner. Okay.
and clue number 3. I took 3 for 25 in the first
Kunal
final
Pandya.
I played.
Kunal Pandya.
Are you
No,
confident
he's
about
not
that?
won the league 4 times.
How confident are you about that answer?
Yeah, quite confident.
Okay, it's not Kunal Pandya. Oh, you boys are going to have a real laugh.
Mitch McClenaghan.
Oh,
Well done, Varun.
Oh, really?
jeez, okay. I thought we were talking about current.
Look at that, look at
Well, he's
that.
still current. He can still play, but I can't. Unless there's a big
How did we
downside.
miss that?
Yeah, I know, that's shocking. Good stats, though. Good stats.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Gentlemen? How much fun was
Oh,
that?
well,
We
good enough.
featured each of you in our questions or answers.
Yeah.
done.
Very enjoyable. Well,
Just-
they know a lot.
We've
this
obviously
time.
had
Did I win?
memorable careers, haven't we?
And on that note, as Quinton de Kock and KL Rahul, not captaining Lucknow today, walk out to the centre, let's quickly enter the impact zone. Right, I'm going to use the game we played, Who Am I, to adjudicate on who goes first here. So I think it was a tie between Aaron and McClenaghan, wasn't it?
2-2-1, yeah.
And 1 for Tom Moody, all on his own. So how do we start?
Yeah, well, you're having a real sort of go at me today. Is it something about today? Or?
No, I really like you, Tom.
Thank you.
Deep down inside. All right, who wants to go first? Shall we toss? Or would one of you want to? Rock, paper, scissors, quickly.
Okay, ready?
1, rock, paper, scissors.
Sorry.
What? How bad is that?
I go because they can't even do that.
Yeah, go.
Oh,
Okay.
shocking.
All right, you got to go first.
Okay, what do I have to do?
Impact zone. So you have to
Come on,
pick.
Varun.
Let's
Pick a player.
Good point. Let's it's only Varun's second day. Remind
Yeah.
all of
So
you.
pick a bowler.
Yeah.
3
okay.
players that each panelist picks, bowler, batter, and a wild card. And depending on how they do as per ESPN Cricket for Smart Stats, the MVPs are adjudicated. And that is a much better way to see how impactful a player's performance has been. Just like yesterday with Sunil Narayan being the top MVP in the KKR's win over RCB. Winner gets 3 points. Varun got it yesterday. Who would you like to start with?
Quinton de Kock.
That's it.
Just one at a time,
Yeah.
one at a time.
Nicholas Puran.
De Kock, Puran. We start with batters then. De Kock, Puran, and Mr. Moody.
I'm going to go with Shikhar Dhawan.
Okay,
Shocked me.
we got
Don't
3
know who the
left-handers.
Have I?
there.
Yeah.
De Kock, Puran, and Dhawan. Mitch McClenaghan, the bowler.
Bowler. I'm going to go with Bra.
Harpreet Brar.
Yep.
All right. Tom.
I'm going to go for Bishnoi.
Okay. Ooh, 2 spinners.
Rabada.
Who goes for Rabada? All right. And finally, Tom, your wild card.
Sam Curran.
Sam Curran for Tom Moody. Varun Aaron.
I go with Brar.
Brar's gone.
Done.
Brar's done. No
Oh, done.
repeats.
Go something
Yeah.
different.
Would you like to look at the teams?
Did somebody say Nicky Puran?
Yes,
already?
also done. Would you like to look at the
Stay
teams?
with us.
Yes. Okay, I go.
Would you like to see Lucknow's team?
Liam Livingston.
Liam Livingston, all right. That is an interesting one. Started well. Yeah.
I'm going to go with KL Rahul.
Oh, I thought someone should pick KL Rahul after all the chat we've had. Finally, Mitch McClenaghan does. Okay. We see where things stand. Let's get a first innings prediction. Score and an outrageous one. Who wants to go first?
157. Outrageous one is Kale Rahul, who's at the non-strikers end at the moment, is not going to last any more than 10 balls.
Wow. Okay, that's good. Lots of points if you get that right. Varun?
165 and de Kock scores 100.
Wow, 100 out of 165. It's a big score, big individual.
That's not outrageous, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you wanted outrageous. I gave you outrageous.
You could have given me 80, but I like it. One-man show from QDK and Mitch McClenaghan.
175.
And please say De Kock to get out on 0 or something.
And I will say De Kock will hit Rabada for 6 in the first over Rabada box.
Okay. That's good.
Okay,
I like it.
bad.
I like it. All right.
The old flick over backward square.
Thank you very much. Varun Aaron, Mitch McClenaghan, Tom Moody. This was fun. And we will carry on the entertainment and the analysis at the end of the Lucknow Super Giants inning. Keep an eye out on their batting order as well. We're surprised to see Ayush Badoni as high up as we did in the last game. Will that change? We shall find out. And we look forward to your company for Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Download the mobile app if you haven't already. Everything that happens in anticipation of the big doubleheader Sunday on the IPL will have you covered. Some changes as well. As I mentioned, Lucknow have added Matt Henry to their squad. So all the latest news updates, fastest scores on the ESPN Cricket for mobile app. We'll see you at the end of the Lucknow innings.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.